I don't know anything about Warcraft 3. I don't know anything about Warcraft 3 compared to Lynn, right? Alrighty, everyone, hello and welcome to another Nick Oldhead game. We are going to be going over an Orc versus Orc match, and this is none other than Lynn versus Soin. So, you know, we're in for a real treat here. If you're following this channel for a while, you're probably of the Orc persuasion, or maybe you just enjoy Warcraft 3 being waxed poetically in the most analytical way. If that's the case, you're in for a good treat either way, because Soin and Lynn, I think they're pretty top orcs. They're both performing very well. And, you know, as someone who likes to watch a lot of orc players, you can always rely on both of these players to do very cool things with the Blademaster. So let's just see the heroes now. We have Lynn going for the Blademaster. We are going to try to keep the vision on him for a bit, but just so we can confirm, looks like Soin is also going for the Blademaster. So, you know, this is a big map on Twisted Meadows here, right? There's a lot of different creep camps. Look at the APM already. Let's take out the APM comparison here. It's like pretty impressive. 316, 400. You know, a lot of pro players spam hotkeys and stuff at the beginning of the game to get that APM up, but it's really like a warm-up, you know? My APM is abysmal. It's not even close to being that high, but, you know, part of why we watch these games is to see how we can improve that. I think the hotkeys on the buildings, you know, that's a clear improvement. We even looks like, was there hotkeys on 2 of those wood peons? It even looked like there was a point in which he was selecting 2. Maybe he's just box selecting. But let's see a cool trick here. Now, this is something we haven't seen yet, so take a look, guys. The wind walk causes the Blademaster to lose the collision. The barracks then acts as a wall. You trap the rock golem in there. So Lynn was able to successfully do this. And look, the Burrow is attacking. Can we quickly see? Yep. Looks like Soin did the same thing, but just a little bit smoother. It is a little trickier to do it on this side. So Soin already did this rather cleanly. He got the Ring of the Archmage, and you're going to creep. Lynn gets Robe of the Magi, immediately sells the TP. So we already see I would much rather have the Ring of the Archmage than the Robe of the Magi here. But, you know, if you get Shadow Hunter second, it'll be a really powerful item. Lynn is going for another item here. So if we really want to be top level on Twisted Meadows, you gotta think of the barracks position here or the barracks position here, like in the case of Soin, right? It allows you to get the golem. Ooh, we do have a scouted. So look, this is dangerous for the enemy Blademaster because we don't know where the enemy Blademaster is. We got scouted, but so the enemy Blademaster could be anywhere. We're going to try to resist the urge to look on the map because it's an orc versus orc, right? This is the a matchup that is most dependent, I think, on decision making because you know you both have a Blademaster, but what do you choose to do with it? Well, Soin chose to attack, and oh, look at this. That is one strong Blademaster. Circlet, ring, mantle, very, very tough. And Lynn is defending. We have some micro here, 4 peons repairing. You can already tell that that Burrow is not going to go down because of all of the repair, but it is a lumber-starved situation. You could easily take out 1 more peon. You're probably going to need to start repairing with another peon. No, that's not going to fall because those 2 grunts stop attacking. So now Lynn is trying to get this grunt kill. Yes, look at that body blocking. So good. Incredible, right? Incredible. Soin must know he's not going to kill this Burrow, but he knows he's just getting such a drain on the enemy lumber. And I got to admit, if we compare the resources, 413 lumber compared to 204. And look at this. We're already getting our... Oh, wow, that's a really slow Great Hall, actually. You know, this entire situation is a little bit different than I expected. I thought Soin would really be going a faster attack because he's trying to deny the lumber here, but no. So what is Lynn doing? In response, Lynn has this ridiculous intelligence Blademaster, 11 plus intel, keeping the grunts at home, knowing the Shadow Hunter is going to come out. You're building a Tauren Totem, War Mill, and you're just going to creep by yourself. Yeah, you really can. Blade doesn't need an army to creep. Orc versus Orc is a brutal matchup. Let's investigate what Soin is doing. We can learn from Soin a bit too. This seems to be the standard. In so many games, we see 3 Grunts and a Blademaster, and then the Shadow Hunter is met. So you do the same creeping cadence in Night Elf versus Orc, but we're even seeing it a little bit here too. However, Soin decides to creep the expansion. So you're going to get the consumable item here off this shop, I believe. Oh no, you don't. Wow, you get the Boots of Growth Loss. Wow, it's a really good item roll. So what item you get here? Instead you get Period. Oh, definitely prefer to get the Boots of Growth Loss. I'm going to expect the Robe of the Magi going on the Shadow Hunter, right? That'd be a probably good heads-up move. There you go. Yeah. Let's get those intellect items on the Shadow Hunter. What a ridiculous mana pull. 399. Such good mana. I mean, in theory, you could have passed the Robe of the Magi to the Blademaster, then use Windwalk, right? But come on, we're not gonna. Okay, so Lyn, level 2 Windwalk, and this is where we want to go. So this is just a really powerful place to be. It looks as if when you're thinking, oh, are you gonna get the steel? You know he is. Lyn's going for the steel. He has all sorts of inventory on the blade. Gets the steel, but doesn't get the item, but does get the steel. Yeah. Looks like that was a Gloves of Haste, it looked like. No, but this seems to be a pretty good thing Orcs can do. Creeping the Shadow Hunter while your blade with items is harassing. Someone's doing the same thing, but the Shadow Hunter had a little bit more priority here. I think we're going to see a difference between a level 2 Shadow Hunter. Oh no, don't do this. Lyn, it's not fair. You're just getting the Golem. Ridiculous. We saw what makes Lyn so good with Blademaster, right? We've mentioned it several times. Lyn seems to be everywhere on the map, but it's the awareness of the creep patterns, and I think the comfortable spreading of units. You have one group, your Shadow Hunter and units, then you have your Blademaster doing something else. That seems pretty simple and standard, but Lyn just does it so well that a lot of the advantageous situations he finds himself in is as a result of the Blademaster scouting. So no Blademaster scouting here. Now we're just pushing the advantage. I see. Oh, I like the dust. We're trying to check if Soin was trying to get the creep check. No, he was not. Soin is instead creeping this item. You're going to get creep checked again. You see, look, the Blademaster doing a little forward scouting. Dodge the dust, but this is a really unfortunate situation for Soin because you're getting hexed now. Maybe the Raider gets hexed. Something's going to get hexed, right? Speed scroll. Okay, well, yeah, good. So we're going to hex the unit that can disenchant the hex. That's smart. We now have level 2 heal wave. This feels so good. I mean, we're watching an Orc versus Orc mirror, and yet somehow Soin Shadow Hunter's level 1 and Lyn Shadow Hunter's level 3. You know, that just says it all, really. That level 2 healing wave is just getting so much value. It's just, this is just math at this point. You know, one Orc has such a big heal, and then the other Orc doesn't. Oh, the Wand of Mana Stealing, though, nice. Wand of Mana Stealing, pretty good. Oh, yo, this is so good. When the Kodo isn't dead. Look how much effective tanking this Kodo has done. Alright, fine. You finally kill the Kodo, but at what cost? At what cost? 1 ensnare equals 1 kill here, as it should. Except it's on the blade, I guess. So, okay. Someone's running away, but you're just getting the reinforcements. Always love to see Spirit Link and peons, by the way. Spirit Link gets better the more units you have, so you might as well bring those peons. Spirit Link is also pretty important in Orc versus Orc mirror. Someone just has to TP. Now, Warcraft 3 players, when your opponent TPs, don't chase them. Just creep the biggest camp near them. This is something that I have had to learn the hard way. Sometimes I get bloodlusty, and I see the victory, and I say, oh, look, my opponent TP, they're weak, they're weak. No. You should probably just double your advantage with some creeping. Amulet of Spell Shield, pretty great, right? To help block against the Rock Golem, and will block against Hex. No mana on the Shadow. I probably want the Shadow Hunter to pass the Ring of the Archmage over to the Blade, and then the Shadow Hunter needs to go to the shop. You just have no mana. Healing Salve would be, I mean, a Clarity would be good. Maybe build a Voodoo Lounge? Nope, someone's like, I'm attacking. Notice we have Raiders on the Voodoo Lounge, Blade on the Burrow. Makes sense for the armor types. All you need to do is... Oh, look how fast the Blade kills the Burrow. There you go. That's actually important to note. If you have a decently strong Blademaster, you can just kill unfortified Burrows pretty easily. Those peons are not going to be enough. 2 Burrows down. That's experience. And do you have a TP? Wow, you do. Such a bully. You're going to get 1 more Burrow. Yep, such a bully. Kills your Burrows and TPs away. This is like so free. Someone's a very good orc player. Someone's a very good orc player. And you're 48 out of 21 food stuck. Lynn's just making it look very easy. 60 out of 60. 1. You getting upgrades? Let's see the upgrades on the units. 2-0 upgrades. Wow, 2-0 versus 0-0. Well, I mean, if Lynn wasn't already ahead enough, your units are just doing more damage. You're probably going to get to kill 1 Burrow with the blade, just does so much damage. Around 6 more hits and it's gone. Shadowhunter's mana is insane. 580 mana. But you don't even have level 2 healing wave yet. Pretty good situation here. You get the intercept. This is what someone wants to do. Definitely presence of mind to do this. I always like using the reinforcements as a weapon. But man, this is the oldest orc versus orc situation. The Shadowhunter, mine's just better. More heals means more sustain. You get a nice hex there. Stop the DPS. Eventually, Blademaster erupts, but both Kodos are down. So both players have a similar strategy of micro. Are you going to be able to heal that? Nice. You save the ephemeral form and get the heal, which does bonus healing from it. So, yeah, this is all just textbook. I say textbook because in orc versus orc, it's like who has the most Shadowhunter heals, who has the most mana, who has the most units. We can also look at how often the Blademasters like chopping. Some good effective HP saves here, but ultimately we have a lot of red HP units. And that means level 5 Blade when you kill them all, right? Oh, look at that one dead. That one dead. That one dead. Oh, you got the greater invulnerability. Shadowhunter's not even worried. Yeah, GG. Lynn makes it look easy. Alright, the next map. Soin versus Lynn on Echo Isles. We got our pink unit color. We're trying to root for Lynn, the GOAT. Now, Lynn doesn't choose pink. I choose pink. I just like the color. What is your build on Echo Isles? And I think we know Blade. We already predicted this. But Echo Isles is an item map, right? Echo Isles is a Blademaster item map. So we're going to take close attention to both orcs' items here. Notice how Lynn does the early Voodoo Lounge. And this Voodoo Lounge is a little later by Soin. Okay, so we already see a style clash. Blademaster comes out, does not mirror image, does not windwalk, just starts hitting. Alright, so what's that first item going to be for both? Blades, claws of attack. Oh wow, did they both get claws? Wow, they both got claws, nice. Pretty even mirror so far. And another Lynn move, right? Not even staying to kill these guys. Level 3 and 400 HP, not a chance. Gets the gauntlets of ogre strength. Wow, look at that. So Lynn's creeping is faster because Soin creeps the whole camp. Interesting. So Soin's creeping the whole camp, getting level 2. But Lynn has gotten 3 item camps. Most notably the slippers and the gauntlets. So Lynn's may be lacking in experience, but you just keep up that experience. You just make up that experience right here. So man, just look at this. Less items, same experience. Oh, less experience, but more items. So Lynn's going to need 1 more kill of just about anything. Even one of these little kobolds. Can you get the last hit? Maybe we'll try. I think it'll be good to try. Get the Geomancer. Oh no, you tried to kill the main one. Nice. Critical strike. So you tried to just kill the hero, which I appreciate that. But looks like Soin was fast on the windwalk. No dust in this early game. No vision, but we do get a speed scroll, wind walk, really nice. And this is already feeling bad for someone, you know, you get the creep jack and your troll killed. This Forest Troll Berserker is definitely getting chased, and I think that's fair. Forest Troll Berserker is a high value unit, lots of experience. 2 grunts fighting. Now the moment the grunts realize it's 3v2, run away. Good, taking care of your units there, Lynn. Alright, so it looks like Soin's doing some smart stuff too. You're creeping on this side of the map and you're taking the camps. That's nice, but now the blades are fighting over it, and Lynn gets hit. That last hit. Tech is literally the same speed. Tech is like very, very similar. But Lynn is just, oh, see, look, Lynn just has the Shadow Hunter faster. So maybe this is why Lynn's Shadow Hunter was higher level last game, right? Because now we see it just being built faster. See, that's 37 seconds, 21 seconds. So Lynn, very quick to build the second hero, actually puts a greater focus on the second hero than the unit production buildings. And oh, Soin's going just a different unit comp. Wow. So we'd love to see it. Double Torn Totem into fast tier 3. But Soin's saying, no, I'm going Bestiary Walker tier 2. So Soin's very standard here. And we have Lynn going kind of like the newish. There was a time in which this was like considered standard. You just go fast tech Torrens. It may still be, but I just love Lynn's items here. Did you notice how Lynn has both of these permanent items from this? This is all Lynn. So Lynn was able to get the middle of the map. Looking for a creep jack is Soin. Soin will find it. And when that happens, are you going to get the kill? Oh no, you just go straight for the Shadow Hunter. Nice pickup on sentry wards. Speed scroll allows you to run away. No way. You got to be dead. Okay, you're dead. Very good move on Soin. Now that just changes things, you know. Now you have the control, you have the hex. All these grunts cannot exist to be on the field because they're just going to get hexed. So what do you do with a decently maned Blademaster? Do you just go for the burrows? Go for the peons? Yes, you do. Lynn says, time to disrupt. Go for the burrows, go for the peons. Go for all of them. Now the Shadow Hunter is up, back from the dead, and we're creeping some small camps. Now this is a good choice by Lynn. This Windwalk has a max duration. You can use it and really psych out your opponent, because the opponent doesn't know that he's still there, but you have to pretend he is. Now it just goes for it. Does the math and says, yeah, I could kill that peon. Nice. Peon down. Another burrow down. Is this effective? Yeah, it is. You're food stuck. That is effective. Food stuck, and you can't get past a bigger army. Meanwhile, Lynn is just going over with Torn. Oh, here you sneeze.
Oh no, what did I drop?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what are you doing?
Okay, sorry about that.
No, not the love potion.
I sneezed. Where was I? So, Lynn manages to get a level 2 Shadow Hunter. We're actually lower level than the enemy Shadow Hunter. That makes sense. Lynn lost the Shadow Hunter. So we're going to have to see how the different... Oh, this is just so messed up, though. This Blademaster harassment. You have the Sentry Ward in the base. Good use of that, so you're able to really know when it's safe to come out, when it's not. You figure there's no Blademaster Windwalked here. Oh, so annoying, Lynn. Yep. Pillage. Pillage could be good. Eat some of the resources off of the dual Torn totems. Are we going to see it? Yeah, get some resources. I don't like going for the burrows with the raiders. You're not going to get extra damage. But maybe we're just trying to kill something. I'm going to assume Blade on the Shadow Hunter. No, even better. Forest Troll Berserker. Immediately purges, so that Troll Berserker is going to go down probably. No, healed and Spirit Link. You need another purge. Oh, the Torrens, though. The Torrens have arrived. Aiming for the Shadow Hunter again. This is a smart move by Soin. But the Torrens are just doing their work. They're like incidentally doing a lot of damage. Even to the heroes. Oh, yeah. Lynn. Double Torren. And fighting at your base with Torren is so good. Because every... Oh, no. What? Hexed. You gotta be dead, right? I mean, you're dead. You deny yourself. No, you somehow managed to get in. You hex that, but then you... Come on! Buy the potion? Lynn, okay, cool. Just cool. This was a masterclass in getting that blade nice and scary. I've talked on this channel before about when you have a full HP blade and it's chopping away, how easy it is. But wow, Lynn took short work of Soin. And there actually hasn't been many games versus Soin, but these two were brutal. So that was fun. If you want to subscribe, if you want to enjoy Warcraft 3, this is the place to do it. See you in the comments.